Welcome to Video 9. In Video 9 we're going to cover two additional pages that you must use in order for this to work properly. Now these pages are linked off of the bonus. So in order to get the bonus, the purchaser of the product that we've referred, in this case how to get rid of cold sores, must click this button, which will take them to the next page, and they must fill in some details. Now this really works exceptionally well, and you really should do this because it will allow you to build lists in any niche that you decide that you want to target. So what we do here is we click this button. This button isn't linked yet, but we'll do that within this video. This button will be linked to an additional page which I'm about to build now, and then after that page, once they've filled in their details, they'll go to the bonus page where they can actually download their products. Now I'll explain that as we move along. So I'm going to be building two pages in this video. They're very straightforward. What I think I'll do is I'll actually build the bonus download page first, which might be a little bit confusing because it's the last page in the string of pages, but I'll explain it throughout this video anyway. So I'm going to do that now. So as you can see, we've got the two pages here, which is the home page, that was a static page with just a graphic on there, and the how to get rid of cold sore fast review page that we talked about in the last video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a new one. This is going to be the bonus download page. If you use an optimized press, I'd suggest you come over here on the left and click page builder. If you're not using optimized press, then just click up here and add a new page in WordPress. So let's do it this way. So I'm just going to call this one cold sore bonus. Okay, then I'm going to click here. Any of these templates will do. Again, you might not be using optimized press, but if you are, anything will do because we're going to get rid of most of it anyway. So we're looking at the new page now. So as I did in the last video, I'm going to get rid of just about everything. So we'll get rid of that one. We just basically want a blank page to begin with. And let's go over to layout settings, and we'll turn off the header and turn off the footer. Turning off the footer ensures that you don't get the links to other pages in your site. We don't want to do that. And then click update. It should refresh now, and that should just be a completely blank page. Perfect. Add a new row, one column, and insert onto page. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to the last page that we built. Now this is another great feature with optimized press, which I've mentioned several times, but I'm just going to do it again anyway. This one here allows you to duplicate this, so it saves an awful lot of time. So I'm just going to do that. So copy this whole row. Now providing you're doing this within the same site, this works perfectly. And then we'll go over to here. This is our new page, and then on the clipboard we click there, and that row is completely taken across. So the row that we copied from the other page is duplicated here. So I'm going to leave this bit here, and I'm going to change this bit. Okay, so I've made the little changes. Now we've got the graphic and the bits and pieces there, as we did on the last page. And then here it just says thank you, get rid of cold source, exclusive bonus page or bonus package access there. And then here it just says, thank you for purchasing through my page. I might change this a little bit, make it sound a little bit more professional. You will find access to the entire bonus pack right below. Okay, so I've just changed that that little piece of text there. So instead of my page, it now says, thank you for purchasing through fit.co, which I think sounds more professional. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to this page, which was the review page. And we're going to copy these rows. If you're not using Optimize Press, then obviously you're going to need to do this manually, so it's going to take you a little bit longer. And then over here we'll paste that in there, and again with the next one. That one in there. Okay, so the page now looks like this. This is the live bonus page, download page I should say. It's not complete yet, but you can see that we've got the heading up here. I need to space this down a little. And then I've just copied all of the details from the last page, or the review page, across. And when I say all of the details, what I'm getting at here is all of the bonus details. Okay, Optimize Press allows you to do that. And just added those all over there. And then right at the bottom, let's just see if I can pull this page down a little for you. You can see that we have a separation shading graphic that's just added as an additional row. And it just says here, the bonus items on this page are supplied for personal use only. There's a couple of other bits and pieces we need to do on this page, but one of the main things is to link everything together. So when somebody lands on this page, we're going to put a button here, which is going to give them access to download each of these products. Okay, something that I did just notice here is I've left the button on here, so obviously we'd need to remove this. The videos that I'm making here are kind of a fly on the wall, so you'll see all the little mistakes I make as well. And this is one of them. Okay, so obviously don't leave your affiliate linking button on your download page, because that's not really going to look very professional. Okay, so I'm going to go over there now and get rid of that one. And we'll simply delete that one. And we'll bring these down a little and save that. Let's take a look again. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Okay, so I'm going to add the buttons in now, and back over to the editor. So add an element. Again, if you're not using Optimize Press, you'll have to do this manually. You can add a button with graphics and then hyperlink it. It's very easy to do. Okay, so I just added a button there, and it's not linked up at the moment. I'll explain that in a little more detail as we go forward, but you can see it just says bonus access, click here. So I'm going to copy these onto all of the bonuses. like so. So we've got those on all of those. Now what we need to do is we need to store all of these, well, they're basically just PDFs, but all of these bonuses need to be stored remotely in order to enable anybody clicking a button to be able to download it. Now people can often get confused at this point storing files remotely. I'm going to tell you about two ways of doing this. One of them is using Amazon. That's an Amazon S3 account or bucket, and the other one is hosting them on your own server. So if you're used to Amazon or you have an AS3 account, we're going to start off with that one because that's the one that I tend to use the most, because obviously I do an awful lot online. So I'm going to go over there now and log in, and you can see what I do. So an S3 account in Amazon allows you to remotely store files in something called buckets. Now a bucket is just it's just an area on their server or on remote servers that allows you to store separate files, different files. A bucket is much like a file on your computer. Okay, so I'm just gonna click on my bonus files, and what I'm going to do is create a folder here, and we'll call this one Cold Sore Bonuses. Now we click on that one. You can see it's empty at the moment. And then all you need to do is click upload, and then here we need to click add files. So I'm going to do that now. And then we need to add the files, which in this case are just PDFs. So double click on that folder, and then highlight all of those, and then click open. So they're added to this window here, and then we just click start upload. Now while these files are uploading, what I would like to say is if you intend doing anything online as a business, then I would highly recommend Amazon S3 to store your files. There are other ways of doing it, but as far as being an internet marketer, this gives you the ability to store an awful lot of files, and it does it very, very cheaply. So basically you only ever pay for what you use, so you don't pay a fixed amount as such. So if a load of people download these in one particular month, then you'll be charged for those downloads. But if on another occasion, say another month, you don't have many downloads, then you won't be charged. You can also use solutions such as Dropbox, or as I recommended just a little while ago, a new service called Backup Beast, which is also excellent. And again, you can also use your own server, but if you are just starting out, you may just want to use your own server, but I wouldn't recommend that you stick with it, because it will put undue strain on your server as you get bigger and bigger. Okay, so all of those are added now to Amazon S3, but what we need to do is we need to adjust the properties on them, and I'll explain that now. So we'll click on the first, and then if I drag this one over here, you'll see that says properties. So we click on there. You see a little padlock there. That means it's locked down, so nobody can download this, nobody can read it. So we come down here to permissions, and then add more permissions, and then from the drop down menu here, we click on everyone, and then just open download, and then over to the right, click save. And we do this for each of the files that we upload, so I'm going to do that now. Now if we go back over to the first one, you'll see that the properties have changed now, and this little blue icon means that anybody can download and view this. So we take that link. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Let me just do that again. So we take that link here and we click copy link address, and then we get back to our site. Sorry, I just have to remember which one that is. Okay, this one is Berry Boosters. So we go back to our site and then click on the button, and then the link URL will be the S3 Amazon URL that we've just copied. Now this time, don't click the open in new window button, because you want people to be able to stay on the page, which in this case is the bonus page, and then click insert, and then back over to S3. Let's go with this one. So each button links to its own file. Okay, so that's all of the buttons linked to the AS3 account. If I save that now and then go over to the live version of the site, reload. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the screen right down so you can see how this works. Okay, that should be low enough. Okay, so bonus 1, holistic health tips here. Now that we've linked these buttons, if you look down here, well, I hover over the bonus access button. Okay, ready? So you should now see that it says HTTPS and then the Amazon URL for the download. So if I click this button now, you can see that it's opened up the PDF. So people can download this by clicking Save As, or over on the right hand side they can click the download icon. Okay, so that's all that linked up. Now for those of you that don't have remote storage and you only have hosting at the moment, I'm going to show you how to do the same over there. So to allow the same procedure to take place using your own host, what you would need to do is log back into your cPanel, as I've just done here, and then click on File Manager, and then we need to choose where we're going to store the files. So fit.co will work okay, or we can put it on the subdomain. So in this case I'm going to show you how to do it on the subdomain, because that's where I've got the site hosted anyway. So choose the subdomain there, click OK. What I'm going to do is, just to keep everything nice and tidy, is I'm going to add a folder. So we need to come over here, and where it says new folder, click there and then just name it. So I'm going to call it bonus cold source, and then create a new folder. And this one here, so double click on there. Okay, you can see that it's empty at the moment. Now what we need to do is we need to come up here where it says upload, click there, and then over on the left hand side choose file. Okay, and then all of the files that you want to do, it's not allowing me to copy all of them this time, so we have to double click each one. So as an example, I'm just going to do the one for now. So we'll do the berry boosters there. Now what you'll see is over the bottom right hand corner, you'll see this, and when this bar stops moving, you'll know it's uploaded. So then if I click here, you can see that that PDF, sorry, just drag the screen over, is now added. Now one of the easiest ways of finding that URL is if I right click here, click rename, and then copy that part there, and then all we need to do is add the part that we've just copied to the subdomain, and I'll show you how that looks in just a second. So here we go. Okay, this is the part that you've just copied, or sorry, that I've just copied, and I've pasted it into this notepad here. So what we need to do is we need to take this bit and we need to add it to this bit. This is a subdomain for the website, and this is where we've hosted this file. So we need to add this bit to that bit. Now, if I take that, source wise, just to make sure this is worked, and we copy this into our browser bar. Okay, for some reason, using a subdomain does throw up a couple of little technicalities. One of those is adding on this folder here. I've just tried that and it doesn't work, so either add the file to the main domain, or what I've done here is naturalhealth.fit.co, and then got rid of this bit, and then you have this bit, and that works just perfectly. So if I paste that in, see, let me just show you while I'm here. That looks for a page if you do it that way. If you do it this way without this bit here, so it's just the domain and the bonus folder that we named just a little while ago, and the name of the PDF. If I just click enter now, you can see that product comes up. Okay, so that's the self-hosted way of doing it. Okay, so that's this page complete now. I'll just drag this over a little. So this is our bonus page. Now, in order for anybody to receive these bonuses or get access to this page, which will enable them to download their bonuses, we need to bridge the gap between the review page and this page, and this will allow us to capture email details. So we're going to do that one next. Before I build the next page, something that I always forget to mention is if you're using Optimized Press, please remember to publish it. Okay, otherwise it'll just stay in your draft folder. And one more thing, set a parent. Okay, and what that basically means is if you're, as I'm going to do, use or promote several products off of this one site, in this case a subdomain, then what I'm going to do is each one, so that one there is the review or the landing page for the cold sore project that we're working on right now. So I'm going to set that one as the parent to the download page. Okay, so this download page, this one here, which is the bonus download page, is housed as a child underneath this parent page. Okay, just keeps everything in order. If you don't manage to do this, it's not the end of the world, but just keeping everything organized so much easier. So the bridge page that I've just mentioned needs to bridge the gap between the two pages. This is where we collect the details. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clone this page here. Okay, so we've pretty much cleared everything there. We'll change this in just a second, and we'll just save this one for a second, and I'll explain the rest of the process as we move forward. So you can see I'm setting up the bridge page here, and what this enables us to do is to seamlessly give download access to the people that come out to this page and have bought through our link, but it also allows us to capture their details, and that's great for further monetization. We can market to these people later on with related products and generally make more money, which is always good to do. So your page can look just the way you want it to look. It doesn't have to look the same as mine. I'm just building a blank page really with an opt-in box on. So you can see I've got the heading graphic there, and then it just says, please enter your details in the field. Never say that word. Please enter your details in the fields provided below. And I'm going to put an opt-in box here. Now I can do this from Optimize Press, but what I need to do first is set up a list specific to this product. Now, if you don't have Optimize Press, you can just use your Aweber or GetResponse opt-in box code and just paste that straight into your HTML editor in WordPress. So I'm going to go over to one of my list providers and set up a list specific for this. Now, before we set up a list specific to this promotion and this project, what I suggest you do is set up an email account specific to your domain or your subdomain. And the reason we do this is for some time a lot of people used Google Mail, Yahoo Mail. I've done it myself, and a lot of your promo emails that you send out from GetResponse and Aweber won't get through anymore. They get blocked or they go straight to the spam folder, and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to set up a specific email address for this project. So in your cPanel, click on email accounts and then choose the domain. I'll just choose fit.co. We'll just call it support. And create account. Looks like I've already done that, so that's great, but you can see how that works anyway. Now, one more tip is to add a forwarder. Now, I'm probably going to find that I've already added a forwarder for this one as well. Okay, these videos are quite long, so I'll apologize for that if I have, but click on forwarders, and then what you need to do is add forwarder here, like so. Choose your domain, and then okay, so support@fit.com and forward to an email address you use. In my case, it's a Yahoo address, so I'm just going to paste that in there, and then click add forwarder. Then anything that comes to this inbox here will be bounced straight over to an email address or an email account that you actually check more often. You don't have to do this, but it does help you keep informed. If anybody is trying to contact you, then you'll at least know about it. For this project, I'm going to use Aweber. Now, you can just as well use GetResponse or any other autoresponder provider. Really makes no difference at all. For this case, I'm just going to use Aweber here. So I'm going to create and manage a new list, or create a new list, create a list. Now, regardless of who you are using as your autoresponder, you're going to add, or you're going to need to add some details. Okay, so the company name what I would do is I would use the website address or the URL. So in my case, it's fit.co. Company website, we're just going to link straight back to the bonus page. Your address, sender name, it's just going to be fit.co again. And sender email, this is the important one. This is the reason we set up a URL specific email address. And if you remember, it was support@fit.co. Okay, that's the first step. On the next page, you'll need to put in your list name and a short description. For this case, I've just put cold sores and how to get rid of cold sores, and then click next step. Now on this page, this is approve your confirmation message. And you can fill out these bits and pieces if you want to go for double opt-in, but I would suggest that you go for single opt-in because it just makes things so much easier. Okay, so what's going to happen is people are going to buy the product, they're going to come back to your website as we've discussed before, and they're going to enter their details, they're going to click the button. Once they click that button, they're going to end up on the download page. If you say to them, well, they've got to go into their email address or their email account, look for your message, click on that link, and then they'll get their download. You're going to get an awful lot of people that aren't going to bother following through with the process. So it makes sense to try and grab everybody or as many people as you possibly can. So I would suggest that you go for single opt-in, but ultimately that's down to you. So I'm going to go for single opt-in, and so you'll need to OK this whether you decide to go for double opt-in or single opt-in. You'll need to do this first, even if you're going for a single opt-in. No idea why. I guess it's just Aweber's way of trying to get you to select double opt-in. I don't know. Anyway, you'll have to confirm that. And then once you have, if you refresh the page where it says required opt-in forms, we want to select off. So now it's single opt-in. And the success page is going to be your download page. So paste in the URL of your download page. And there you go. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to go over to sign up forms and create a form just for this list. So anything's going to do. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, this is entirely down to personal choice. I'm just going to go with the basic because I'm going to integrate it with Optimize Press. But if you're using a box, then you might want to go for one of their templates. So we'll load that template. Now what I need to do is add another field. To do this, at least in Aweber, create a new field there, and we'll just call that order number and save. Okay, so we have name, email, order number. Now this is a little bit of a trick because we're only really interested in them. Well, they think that they have to put their order number in there, and they do have to put something in there, but it really could be anything. Once they click the submit button, that just takes them straight over to the download page. So we don't have to actually know what their real order number is. And then we save this one, and then we go over to the next step. We'll call this one CS for cold source, custom page. For some reason we have to do this again, and we'll save that. Select, I'll install my web form. Now because I'm using Optimize Press, I'm not going to use the JavaScript snippet, which is this bit here. Instead I'm going to use the raw HTML, and I'm going to turn this off because I'm going to integrate this with Optimize Press too. So turn that off, and then come into this box here, right click, select all, and copy. Okay, we're back at our page inside Optimize Press, or in your case it might just be your WordPress admin dash, and we're going to add the opt-in box. Select that one there. It could be any of these, but you do want the ability to be able to add an additional field. I think I'm just going to go with something like that might work on a white background. Let's take a look. We can always change it at a later point anyway. Okay, so form HTML. This is the code that we've just copied. So we paste that in there, and we need to add a new field. And this one is just called order number. Okay, and nothing there, and nothing there. Submit button. We want to change that to claim my bonus. And that's it. So there you go. And lastly, it's important to just make sure that the page is professional and to reaffirm why they want to opt in to your list. So we do that by the graphic down here, and here we're just telling them how to go about claiming their package, because as I've said many times throughout this course so far, a lot of people in niches other than internet marketing won't know what they're doing. They won't understand this process. So just tell them exactly what they have to do, and you'll find that you'll get an awful lot more opt-ins if you do this. And that's basically it. This is the live page now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to opt into this particular list, and you can see what happens, or what should happen. Sequence of numbers in there. As I said, this isn't this doesn't actually make any difference at all. It's I guess you could call it a trick, but it really is worth including that, because people who purchase a product come back to your page, they think they have to enter their correct details, which they do to a certain extent, and they think they have to put in their order number here, and that's your reason for giving them the bonus. So they put in their order number there, and then they click claim my bonus. And you can see as soon as they click that, they're taken to the download page, where once they click any of these buttons, they have access to these products. And these products look great, but they're basically just PLR products rebranded. So before I close this video, I'd just like to go over what we've covered so far. So all of your traffic comes from the press release. Now, if you've done this correctly, in most cases, your press release is going to end up on page 1, especially in a lot of niche markets. So you're going to get quite a lot of traffic from that, and that's all going to be directed straight to your review page. Now, your review page is going to work because it's got a built-in pre-sale and it's offering bonuses. So when people do need a solution to a certain problem, or if they've already made up their mind to purchase a specific product, and they see your review page, they're going to be more inclined to buy from you because you're offering bonuses. Now, in order to get those bonuses, let's just pull this screen up a bit. They're going to click through your page. So they're going to buy from your page. You're going to click one of the buttons on your page, and what's going to happen then is you're going to get a commission for that sale. Now, in order for them to get those bonus products, they have to come back to your page, and they have to click the claim my bonus button, which is at the bottom of the page. Now, once they do that, they're going to be asked to fill in their details. Okay, this will include their name, their email address, and their order number. Now, they're going to give you the right details, their best email address, the right name, and their actual order number. They're going to do this because they really want what they perceive as valuable bonuses. And these valuable bonuses are the PLR products, which we've just rebranded and recovered to look valuable. Then, once they click the submit button, you've got their details. Now, you've got their details, and you're able to market to them again and again. They don't know that, obviously. But once they do that, they get a seamless link straight over to the download page, which is good for them and it's good for us. It means this little method is completely hands-off once it's set up. So you don't have to check any numbers. You don't have to send out bonus links or anything like that. It's all done for you. So as soon as they click the submit button, they go straight to the download page. So all in all, you get a commission for referring the product, and you get their email details and their customer details, and that means that you can market to them over and over again. So just like the seller of the product, the actual vendor, you get their actual details. And this is great news, especially in some of these niches because they've never been marketed to. Okay, they set out to buy one product, and now you can market to them again and again. And depending on what niche this is in, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Say for example, in this case, it's cold source, but most of the people that are going to buy these kind of products, cold source products, or to get rid of cold source, are going to be women. So you can market to women. You can even narrow down your marketing campaigns into sort of groups of, perhaps you'll identify that your niche is say men of a certain age between the ages of 18 and 35, so you might be able to market different products to them. I'm sure you understand what I'm getting at here. It's not always the case, but once you've got these details, you can sort of narrow it down. You can find out the type of people that are buying this product and wanting to download your bonuses, and you can market to that specific group. Now, while I'm summarizing before I close this video, I'd just like to go over a couple of little points which I know some people are going to come back to me on. Everything we've done and covered in this course is above board and completely within the law. On the review page, we're not saying that the products we're promoting are good products. We hope they are, and we've done our best to verify that they're great products based on user feedback that we can find. But what we're saying is that the product vendor states that this is a product that will solve their solution. At the end of the day, if it doesn't, then the customer can quite rightly get their money back. But we're not saying that it's a great product. We're not saying that it works. We're just referencing some of the material that's already used in our pre-sale. Any testimonials that we include on our page are taken from what already exists. And when it comes to collecting customer details, that's completely above board as well, because what we're doing is we're providing additional value. We're giving those customers extra products for no additional cost, and all they have to do to receive those products is to enter their details.